Okay, today we are playing a Scrim game on Rialto, this game being a direct follow-up after the Dorado game that we watched the other day. And our heroes for today's game are the boys in blue. Good job, no communism today. Hooray. Unless they win. Hopefully they don't. So, let's look at the teams. Both teams have decided to run a dive comp, but slightly differently. The boys in blue have elected to go Pharmacy, Lucio, and Tracer, whereas the Red Menace has elected to go Genji, Sombra, Ana, and Zenyatta. So the Red Menace gets to do a lot more damage, basically, than ours, by virtue of having the 2 DPS, Sombra lower on the DPS end than, like, the Tracer or the Pharah on the other side, but the Red Menace has Zenyatta and Ana, both of whom contribute a lot more to killing people than Lucio and Mercy do. So the Red Menace, they've got the more aggressive version of the dive comp, basically. And that's about all I got to say about it, really. I do personally prefer the Red Menace's team comp to the blue, just because I've never really been very fond of Mercy Lucio as a team of healers. So the boys in blue, we're defending today first, and we've already managed to pick off the Zenyatta over there. Hidden Booties was not doing a very good job of being hidden, it turns out. Sombra managed to get to Lucio. Oh, there she is. She was behind him, hacked him, and now he's just going to have a bad time after that point. So they have actually dived on him. We're calling out that Ana is very low right now. No lie. So people are immediately just jumping right past the team to try and get to her, and she's dead. How did Mercy die? She's got a Pharah to go to. Oh, she was rezzing someone. Oh no, that's not okay. Right here, Mercy just swings down right in front of the enemy team and starts rezzing. Not a legal maneuver at all. The Mercy, in fact, just said, I shouldn't have rezzed there. True story. Now, fortunately, though, the Red Menace have lost both of their healers, which gives them very poor staying power for the rest of the fight. However, the Red Menace does have the spawn advantage on this map, so even though the boys in blue got more beneficial trades out of it, the Red Menace gets to reinforce faster. So, Pharah has been hacked, so she's gonna just die a very sad and slow death right there. In general, a lot of the boys in blue's team gets really fucked up by Sombra, doesn't it? Tracer gets fucked up by Sombra, all tanks get fucked up by Sombra, that's a universal thing. Lucio and Pharah get very fucked by Sombra. So Sombra is a good pick from the Red Menace. The boys in blue have run this comp a couple of times now as well, so perhaps they knew it was coming, and they're like, let's play Sombra. So, Sombra's got the Emp right there, and hey, once you've got being Emp, it's very hard to actually do anything from that point. So, boys in blue are still fighting it out, contesting as much as they can, but let's be real, they're not gonna win this fight in all likelihood. D.Va's, in fact, just trying to die faster, it looks like, or disconnected. So, unfortunately, now all that's happened is the boys in blue are very staggered compared to the Red Menace, and in fact, they're possibly going to get more staggered if they can get that Lucio. Yep, Lucio is going to die. Yep, there goes Lucio. So the boys in blue are just getting, like, super staggered at this point. Not doing a very good job of playing like a cohesive unit. Tracer's gotten hacked, so she's pretty fucking hosed now as well. So the boys in blue have just got to, like, back way the fuck up and wait for their teammates to actually be with them. They're pushing up without Tracer. Oh, but they can res Tracer? They managed to res Tracer. Incredibly, actually. Was Sombra behind? Sombra was trying to hack Mercy. Someone noticed, I'm guessing. Did she actually hack her? No, she hacked D.Va. Oh, no. I wonder if... she must have meant to hack Mercy, right? Because that would have been a way more impactful hack than the D.Va right there. Whatever. So here comes Nanoblade. Got the sound barrier to try and survive the Nanoblade. Also used self-destruct, which did force Genji to hide out of the way for a little bit. So he didn't actually manage to get any real value out of the Nanoblade at all. Isn't that incredible? Look at that. Nanoblade successfully defused. It only took 2 ultimates. And Lucio still almost died. Look at that. Just a couple swipes, and bam, he's got like one hit. He's got like actually one hit point left. Good job, Lucio. Meanwhile, Winston and Farah have been just like killing the Red Menace's backline. So, look at that. Managed to actually win that fight all the same. The Winston, it looks like, flew himself off the map to die faster. Good job. So, now, neither team with a significant ult advantage, though the Red Menace does have an extra ultimate on them. And they've got some pretty good ultimates as well. They've got Emp, Trance, and Self-Destruct and Primal Rage. Not fantastic, but Emp is really good. In goes the Self-Destruct. Emp managed to get the Tracer off of that, and then Mercy's finished off, Winston's finished off, Diva's lost her mech, so they're pretty hosed now. Oh no, oh how tragic. Unfortunately, the boys in blue, well, no, the boys in blue do have the ult advantage now, because they ended up, the Red Menace used 2 ultimates, and look at that. They've managed to, well, we're currently debating running out to contest the ultimate, contest the payload right now. Someone said ultimate, so obviously I was like, yeah, contest the ultimate. Good job, Brain. That's exactly the correct thing to say. So we jump out, and why did Zenyatta use his ultimate so early right there? Why did Zen use his ultimate right here? We can't really see what's going on over there right now. Zen didn't, like, almost die or anything. No one's low, in fact. He just used it, like, right there before anything happened. How peculiar. And then they used Barrage, though the Barrage, it got Sombra, but that was it. Then they defused that after that. Managed to kill the Ana, but if Winston had managed to survive, this would have been a pretty good looking fight right now, but given Winston died doing that, it makes it not quite so worth. Did manage to get Zen as well, so hey, look at that, now they got no healers. So we're pushing them back. Great job, team. Wow, incredible. Didn't look like it was gonna work out right at the start there, but it managed to work out. And if Zen was a little bit more, held his ultimate a little bit longer, that would have probably been fine. Because then Farah just went, hey, yeah, let's Barrage after that was over. And then, you know, they kind of just... Zen, I don't know why Zen used it while everybody was full health. Maybe he must have just done it by accident, right? Because nothing was happening to him or his teammates that seems like it would have prompted it. How peculiar. So, anyway... Genji's using Dragon Blade, so let's first some ultimates at that one. Self-destruct, Sound Barrier again to try and stop that one. Did stop it again, but Tracer died beforehand. But hey, look at that. Red Menace not doing a good job of keeping their backline alive. Because their supports have been the first ones to die in almost every fight so far. So the Red Menace is not doing a very good job of helping keep them alive. Sombra... You know, Sombra's playing very aggressively. She's been behind the boys in blue a lot this game, and it might be more in her interest to play a little bit more conservatively and, like, really, like, fuck up the Farah, basically. Because Farah and Winston have been causing a lot of trouble for the, Red Menace's backline so far, it seems like. So now, Genji's actually changed to Ashe on the Red Menace, so they've indeed agreed that Farah is currently an issue that we need a little bit more of an answer to, even though they actually already had 4 answers, really, didn't they? Because they had Diva, Sombra, Ana, and Zenyatta, all of whom can contest a Farah, but they've decided they need to go for 5. So, hey, you know... So, now, Red Menace gonna chuck that one in there right at the start. Ooh, managed to get the, Lucio. Farah died beforehand. How'd Farah die? Oh, she's just up in the middle of nowhere right now. So she just gets shot and killed. Mercy did manage to res her. Will Mercy die for it? Because now they're on her. Nope, Mercy's gonna... Nope, Mercy died. Mercy died in the end. So Mercy... I mean, the res looked relatively safe from Mercy's perspective, right? It's just that then, like, Winston comes around the corner, because Mercy's behind me right now, right there. And then Winston comes around the corner, and they spot her, and then they're like, oh shit, let's get that Mercy, and then Sombra comes over as well. And at that point, Mercy has to go so far into the enemy team to actually survive. Farah, not exactly the wisest barrage ever. I would have avoided that one, personally, but she went for it anyway. Yeah, the biggest thing here, like, to me, this whole thing basically is caused by Farah getting picked off right at the start, because Farah, look where Farah is right now, she's just up there, and she just floats out into the middle of nowhere. Now, granted, Ash is a recent development for the enemy team, so she might not have been aware yet there was a Farah, or an Ash over there, rather. But, like, Farah's just out in the middle of nowhere, gets shot and killed by Ash, so Mercy has to come over and res the Farah, which leads to Mercy dying, and Farah wasting her ultimate as well, so... this is just a sort of... Farah getting picked off was very, very unfortunate, pretty much. And, you know, shockingly enough, best avoid getting picked off if at all possible. It's very unfortunate for the... Mercy that the Winston just came around the corner right there as it happened, though. So, Farah just got picked off. At this point, like, it's starting to get pretty obtrusive? That's not the correct word. It's getting, kind of difficult. I don't know what the... It's getting very difficult to play Farah at this point versus the Red Menace, given they have so many counters to Farah right now. Though, given everything we've seen from the boys in blue so far, all the previous games, I have to wonder if their support players are not confident playing the other supports as much, so they try and lean on the Farah more to kind of, like, justify having Mercy, really. Because, basically, like, I don't think they've changed. They've had a Moira very briefly during one of these games, but I have to wonder if that's, like, part of the reason at this point. Because it seems very odd to me to continue trying to play the Farah versus so many Farah counters. You know, previously, like, before the Ash, the Farah was kind of getting away with a lot as well, where the Winston and the Farah were managing to kill the backline a fair bit, but, like, now... Like when the entire enemy team is countering your hero, you know, it might be time to consider, hey, maybe there's a slightly better option I can pick right now, you know? Anyway, whatever. I don't know. I don't know these people, so we'll see. We won't see, in all likelihood. Red Menace, massive ult advantage right now, but they've managed to find Ana. Oh, Ana's so out in the middle of fucking nowhere right now, because Ana's right fucking there. Look at that. Ana's all the way up here. And her teammates are all the fuck way down here. So Ana's just, like, massively out of position right here. Let's get back in the corner. And, they correctly have identified this and just jumped way the fuck on Ana. Unfortunately, everyone jumped out so eagerly, they've ended up getting hacked by, Sombra. Which has kind of fucked things up, significantly, because everybody got hit by it. Everybody except Lucio, actually. And I mean, you know... We've seen Ana's out of position, so that's certainly a justified action, right? Let's kill the Ana. But unfortunately, hey, turns out we got baited by the Ana. And I mean, you know, what's the alternative, right? You see that Ana's out of position and you don't jump on her? That doesn't make any sense. So, eh. The unfortunate thing is just that the Emp hit absolutely everyone except Lucio, basically. And at this point, hey, we're losing a lot of momentum, but the self-destruct managed to kill 2 people and break D.Va's mech as well. I just want to see where everybody was right there, to be honest with you. So Winston just jumped. Didn't he? Yeah, like, Winston was safe as fuck. He's over by the middle pillar. And then he jumps, and he gets killed by it, because it looks like he was safe, regardless. Did he have to jump to get to safety? No? Okay, so where was Sombra? Sombra was there. She tried to dodge it with Translocator, it looks like. And D.Va... D.Va was about to lose her mech anyway, so it kind of doesn't matter what she was doing. But, yeah, Winston looked like he was safe. Maybe, like, the perspective was weird. Maybe it was, like, could just barely see him on top of the payload or something. But it looked like Winston was safe, and then he elected to jump and die. But maybe the angle worked out just enough that he was gonna die regardless. So, Red Menace, very unfortunate time to lose a fight, because they haven't got a lot of time left, but they have managed to get most of the way towards the end. Sombra's running behind them right now. They do have 3 ultimates to use, but the boys in blue have got 4 ultimates to use. Oh my god, Farah. Farah's real low when she pushed that button as well. She was very... Oh, she kind of got smacked at roughly the same time she pushed Q. Can't see where she is right now, so can't really tell what happened. But basically she got shot. Did she not get sound barrier? Yes, sound barrier hit everyone except Farah. So, Mercy is using Valkyrie, so she could try and res him, but unfortunately she also needs to try and keep everybody else alive. Winston's a better res right now if she can swing it, because Winston's got Primal Rage, but no, tragically not. Man, I really feel like the FAR is letting the team down. It was going well early on, but since the Ashe has shown up, I really feel like the FAR has not justified her continued presence on this team. I wonder if it is, like, a support-related thing. Where, like, the Mercy is just not confident playing, like, Ana or Moira, so that she plays Mercy, and therefore we pick Farah as well, because, you know. Because, I don't feel like Farah's justified her continued existence on this team after they, Ashe showed up, basically. Look, Slap Happy's changed to Doomfist, and he's immediately justified himself more than any of the Farah in the last couple of minutes by killing 2 people. So, anyway, we've got, you know, very close to the checkpoint right now, so we get to try and 2CP them. Tracer got hacked before she could use Pulse Bomb. That's unfortunate for her. Amp built back up. Lucio's very upset about that. Nerf this again. Ooh, Call Mech killed Sombra. How sad. How very tragic. And now it's just turning into a fucking brawl. Ooh, almost pushed the Ana onto the Pulse Bomb. That would have been extremely upsetting for the Ana. Look at that. We managed to 2CP them. Nice. Some people got to ult twice in the same fight. Isn't that incredible? Look. Oh, I can hear someone talking. Correct assessment. Someone was like, am I allowed to say something between rounds? And as soon as you hear Self-Destruct or Dragon Blade, and they've got a Sombra, just fucking run. That's an accurate assessment of the situation. So we haven't changed sides this time. Great. So we don't have the Farah now. We've gone for a similar team comp to what the Red Menace just ran, but I don't like our supports as much. I really don't like Mercy now, because now we don't have, like, any really good damage boost targets at all. Like, because if you're gonna, go Mercy, right, to me, you need, like, a hit scan DPS, or Farah, or Bastion. That's a hit scan DPS, isn't it? Like, if you're all flankers, you know, and I know that, like, some teams have gone, like, Dragon Blade and Valkyrie, and then that's, like, kinda okay. But, like, it's still just a worse Nano Blade at the end of the day, isn't it? Like, you know, I don't like running Mercy at all with Sombra and Genji, because, like, I find, like, what value are we getting out of damage boost with that team composition? You know? You feel me? You feel me? It might just be my bias against this particular combination of healers, but, like, you feel me? You feel me? So we're jumping on that Ashe right now. Ashe is fucking dead. We dive the shit out of that lady. Stag, we didn't like what you did last round. Alright, he won't be doing that anytime soon. Oh, managed to hack the other Sombra, so she can't escape either. And look at that. Slap Happy's justifying his existence a lot more already within the first 30 seconds of this round after changing off of the Farah. Because the Red Menace, their team didn't change dramatically. Winston changed to Hammond, so the Farah would have gotten clapped, I feel, just as hard as before. Hammond's now changed back to Winston. Now, Hammond was a strange pick. I don't remember the Red Menace playing Hammond at any point prior to this, except maybe to stall. So, ooh, Winston is killing Mercy right here. Yep, so the boys in blue are diving in pretty hard right now, but yeah, Winston's killing the Mercy back here, and you know, this is also something I find peculiar with the decision to run Mercy, is that, like, the Red Menace have shown us fairly repeatedly over the course of these games that they're pretty good at diving supports. So I feel like at this point, you would want to pick Moira over Mercy, because Moira's by far the most survivable of all of the supports, and, like, the backline from the boys in blue have been under a lot of pressure over, like, the course of these games. I guess they disagree, or they felt, or, like, maybe the Mercy just can't play Moira. Who knows? Who knows? But, the Emp managed to get Mercy, so that's pretty unfortunate while she's using Valkyrie. But, hey, we're there. We're basically there. So, no big deal. The Red Menace does have a fairly beefy ult advantage right now, being close to having 5 ultimates. The Red Menace, the boys in blue only being close to having 4. Oh, they've just used one, actually. No, they haven't used one. I'm just insane. I don't know what's wrong with me. They're close to having 3. They're not. For some reason, I thought Genji had Dragon Blade, but that's not at all true. Yeah. So the Red Menace have a very sizable ult advantage over the boys in blue. The boys in blue should be trying to keep track of the ult economy, you know, and think to themselves, hey, we've got a pretty big ulted disadvantage right now, so not really the end of the world if we stall out at some point during here, as long as we can get some ultimates out of them, but the self-destruct was pretty fucking good there. And this has basically just bought the boys in blue a little bit of uncontested pushing time. Slap Happy's off harassing Anna somewhere right now, so hey, he's having a great time. But yeah, the Red Menace are looking real good for this up-and-coming team fight right here. The boys in blue only got Sound Barrier and Primal Rage to use, and Lucio just got hacked. So he's gonna be fine. He's not about to die or anything. So they're waiting a long time to commit here. The boys in blue are arranging to jump on Anna, but Winston fucked up his jump and collided with the staircase. How did Ashe die? Oh, she just got, like, changed to Ashe partway through that. Damn, they're actually still gonna win this fight? Man, they actually managed to pull off just the opening dive well enough that they're gonna win the fight, despite having a really big ult disadvantage right there. Damn. The Red Menace just never got an opportunity to use all of those ultimates that they had. So, hey, that's certainly one way to do it. So, that's very surprising. I absolutely expected them to stall out right there, because I expected the Red Menace to just chuck a couple ultimates at them. That can still happen, but now they have a less dramatic ult advantage to previously. So, there goes Bob. Ran right in there. Managed to kill the fuck out of Lucio. Sombra's managed to hack Zenyatta, but can she kill him before Trance comes off? Actually did manage to kill Zen before he got Trance off, so that's a pretty big deal right there. The fact that Sombra managed to find Zen right there is a big deal, because now suddenly, hey, nobody gets to survive anymore. And the worst part for the Red Menace is they've actually committed ultimates to these a couple of ultimates to these fights still. Self-Destruct, Nano Boost, and Emp, and they've lost the team fights. So, despite having a really big ult advantage, so it's very tragic that they've just basically lost the entire ult advantage they have, and now it's managed to swing around to the boys in blue having a big ult advantage. And now they're just getting to throw all their ultimates at the Red Menace. Zenyatta still hasn't gotten to use that trance that he built up so long ago. Here he comes. He's coming out to trance. Hey, he's going to contest it. Still looking good. They've got 3 minutes to capture this objective. So even if the boys in blue manage to lose this fight via the 2 CP effect, basically, it'll be no big deal. They've still got plenty of time to come back and try again. But the fight looks very distinctly in their favor still. But hey, you know, the objective's very close. And yep, they're going to get 2 CP'd out of this push, it looks like. They just managed to put... now everybody's calling to back out and die. Yeah. Just managed to stall it out long enough. Hey, the boys in blue still got 2.5 minutes to go, so they got a lot of chances left to capture this objective still. Zen finally got to use that trance. He finally got to use that trance. So what I've learned from this game, or this round, is, well, no, this game, is that the boys in blue are a lot more confident when they're the attacking team. Because suddenly I'm also listening to them vaguely as I'm talking, and they're doing a lot better a job of coordinating. Oh, that's big money right there. Let's go back right there. Look at that. Hammond managed to find one sick ground pound right into the emp, and then everybody except these other Sombra got emped, so that's pretty sick combo right there. But I've been listening to them vaguely as we've been playing, and they sound a lot more confident organizing a dive when they're on the attacking team. They're trying to stagger the fuck out of this D.Va right now, and there's not a lot D.Va can do to stop that. Oh, is she gonna get away? Oh my god. Yo, and there you go. You can hold on to that stagger for too long. Because they tried to get the absolute max stagger out of this D.Va, but they actually managed to get the D.Va out again, so no such stagger occurred. But yeah, they sound a lot more confident organizing a dive when they're attacking. And, you know, they've been running a dive comp on defense, so, you know, they've been playing a dive comp either way, but they sound a lot more confident on the attacking side. Which, you know, it's easier to run a dive comp when you're attacking as opposed to defending, so that's not exactly shocking. That's a pretty big money emp, but unfortunately it didn't manage to get Lucio, so he gets to use Sound Barrier. But the boys in blue, they've managed to come in with an ult advantage again. Genji died right there, but most of the Red Menace is actually already dead. So it might be good enough, but this fight isn't exactly a wash. And they can still try and 2CP him again. Bombs everywhere. It's alright, we got Sound Barrier, so that minefield looked like it would actually be pretty inconvenient, or like, might have killed somebody, but the Sound Barrier pretty much stopped that, any risk of that. Then I boosted Hammond jumping in. Oh no, the Red Menace are coming back, and now they've got a lot of ultimates. Hammond just got to use the minefield again. Oh god, Winston. Look at that. The minefield had like... How long was the minefield gone from before when he got to use that? Because this is the first minefield. So they're gonna go soon. Oh, he got so much of it right here. Dude, did you look at Hammond's fucking ult charge when that happened? Because he's going in with like... He's got 63 before Pile Driver. The mines are still on the field from the last minefield. Slam, he's full charge. The minefield's not gone yet. The mines like, look at that. They were up so long they despawned by him doing it again. I assume that's how Hammond's ult works based off of that. It might have just been very coincidental timing, but it looks like you can't have two minefields on the field at the same time. Shit, dude. Hammond built up like 37-ish% ult charge off one Pile Driver because he was nano boosted. That's insane. God damn. At that point, it was more of a victory lap ultimate than anything else. Like, they were looking like they were going to win the fight regardless by that point. But that's just the extra, like, suck it enemy team, isn't it? So, I mean, and just like that, the huge time advantage the boys in blue had managed to build up has slowly washed away. Just not quite managing to seal the deal. The third checkpoint on Rialto is extremely difficult to capture, so, you know, we won't hold that one against him too much. I'm sure we've all played a few games where we've gotten right here and failed to get right there. Right, so close. All of Rialto being very difficult to attack, so, you know, not exactly too surprising. So now we're just in full, like, rush up and try. Like, hope for the best. Oh, no! I saw Genji pulling the Dragon Blade out. But look, you can see Diva's got the Pulse Bomb on her. Ah! There he goes. Hey, so, hey, look, Hammond's up there spinning. Hammond's gone now. How tragic. How absolutely tragic. Damn. Yeah. So, I feel like the attacking round was a significant improvement for the boys in blue over the defending round where, you know, they managed to stop the Red Menace from getting all the way to the end of the track. So that's great. Fantastic, right? They didn't get to the end of the track. But the whole time that we were defending, it really felt like we just didn't really know what we were doing. We were floundering for a while in there. And then we started to get a foothold on the second checkpoint. But then I feel like the boys in blue failed to adapt correctly to the changes and to the change like the enemy team comp. And the boys in blue, their team, I feel like they must not have a huge range of heroes they're super comfortable playing or something, because it feels like they're very adverse to trying any different kinds of heroes, really. And they're very slow to adapt to things that are happening. This game in particular, I feel like, was very, very much a demonstration of that. But the second round was a lot better. I mean, you know, they did a fantastic job of attacking. The diving, so much more confident diving, that they managed to win 2 fights in a row where they were at a significant ult disadvantage because they managed to execute the dive well enough. And, you know, the Red Menace failed to react to their dive correctly as well. You know, it goes both ways. The boys in blue played well, and the Red Menace could have played better. It goes both ways. But overall, the boys in blue did like a good job of diving well enough to win fights at an ult disadvantage. So, you know, hey, that sure is something, isn't it? So, it was a pretty interesting game, honestly. If nothing else, shit, dude. We watched Hammond get a second minefield before the first minefield had even gone away. Isn't that incredible? So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. If for some reason you enjoyed the video and managed to get all this way through, please like the video and subscribe for more videos of middling quality in the future. And I hope you found the video helpful.